Hello, I'm internationally acclaimed singer, songwriter, harpist, comedian, and showgirl, Sam Hickman. And this is a tutorial on how to make the wire base for a headdress. I have done 2 of these. This one was the first one, and it's a mess. This one is a little better, and I'm like, it's a much better version of this. So for this, you will need. This is galvanized garden wire. I got this from Rainbow Bargains for £1.49. Thank you so much to them. You'll need a pair of wire cutters. You will need either scissors or a little saw. You will need, I like to do this. So I like to have, this is an Asda non-bio delicates wash thing, but you can use any kind of detergent bottle, something that's gonna have like a really big conical shape that you can plug your feathers into and then cover up the outside with fabric. And this is the only bit of like genuinely like, this is the only bit of technical thing that just makes life easier. And I did a lot of research when I was trying to figure out how to make the wire base for a showgirl headdress, and I did a lot of research on it, and a lot of the, like, if you're not a solderer, I would do this. This is Mammoth. It's something called strapping tape. It's from the company Mammoth. And it has metal in it, which is really interesting. And it's like 4 metal on metal bonding. And it's really good. It's very flexible, but it still holds really well. And you will need a hot glue gun. And that's it. That's all you'll need. I like to take the fabric that I'm working with for the main costume and do little like cutouts. That's really nice to hide the wire, but you can also wrap it with ribbon as well. That's something that other people do. Not me, because I'm lazy and I don't care. I don't care if people can see the wires. I'm not that invested in this whole thing. Anyway, let's get started. Step 1 is to take your detergent bottle, cut off the top so you just have the screw-in bit, and then cut off the top of the lid. Easy peasy. Take your time. This is the only bit that's potentially quite dangerous. All right, essentially what you're going to want to do is do 2 circles around your head, and then one that goes like here to here. And most of this is anchored in with the back of a ponytail. Like, you can do a little ponytail, or you can just bring your hair in and then pin it on the other side, on the back. And then the rest is just anchored in by your hair being the other side of this. So if I take this off, and this is why I do it with a screw bottle, because you can just take it off. And if you use the same detergent a lot, I don't know, I have a favorite detergent, I don't know if you do, but if you use the same detergent, you can have the same wire base, but use different feathers on it. And so if you want, if you're playing in a venue that doesn't have a particularly high ceiling, you can swap out the thing. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so to put this on, I put my hand through the main thing, and then I pull my hair all the way through, and then through there, and then you can pull your hair through the little gap there, but it all just sort of like anchors in. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your wire and kind of unspool it a little bit. And you want to do essentially all the way around the back of the head. So here to here, and then one more time around. So let me just get this out here. And you can do this with your hair up, and that's gonna be really useful. I'm doing it with my hair down because I can't get up and get another hair tie. I'm not gonna do that. So we go around, whoop, don't poke out your eye. We go around, hold onto it tight. We go around, get the bottom, squeeze it all in. The thing with this gauge of wire is that it is really, really, really easy to mold once you've kind of like got the general length that you want. So we go back around. I did this at 1 in the morning for that one, and I think it shows. Okay, and then I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room. And I'm just gonna take my wire cutters, and I'm just gonna cut the wire like that. Oof. Okay, this is where you really have to, this is where you wanna pay attention. So you want the like crossover bit to be at the back of the head, at the very, very back. And you want the pointy bit that's possibly gonna poke you that you can cover up to be on the very top of the head, because then you're just going to cover in glue anyway. So now that you've done that, take a little piece of strapping tape. You could use duct tape, you could use glue, you could solder it if you have a soldering iron, and that's gonna be easier and cheaper. You can just solder it. I'm gonna take a little piece of this tape and I'm going to just take the two ends and I'm gonna enclose them in the tape. Like so. And this is just like really good tape. I watched a lot of videos to do research for this. I watched several in Spanish, one in Portuguese, and the most useful one was this guy who he's like the master, like, what was he? He was like the head guy in charge for making costumes for a company for Trinidad's big carnival. And he recommended this tape. And he also does like a really fabulous, he does a lot of tutorials if you want to learn how to make like backpacks and stuff, the way they do it in carnival. So now we have that. Let's just give it a little test. So I'm gonna just take all my hair and just go through and then just kind of mold it to the right shape. You kind of want it to be, I've made this too big, but you can just sort of pinch it on the bottom to try and get it to kind of mold in. And you want to just essentially mold it to the shape of your head. Try and not like crazy tight, because it's mainly just going to be an anchor. It's like it's a weight to another weight. So it's a counterweight essentially. You're using your hair to weight out everything else. And then the next piece you want to do is one that goes down into the widow's peak and then back up to where you want to do a ponytail on the back of your head, and then meet at this like junction at the top of your head. And the junction at the top of the head is going to get basically hot glued the shit out of, and you're gonna put one of these guys up there. And so yeah, you can just eyeball it. You can just eyeball it. Don't be afraid to eyeball it. And especially as these materials are incredibly cheap, you can just do a draft, do a mock-up version, and then because we're just using the top of a detergent bottle, you can always just wait until you've used up another thing of detergent and then swap out your tops and then have another go. Like, that's the beauty of this, is that it's very easy to create a base, go, I don't like that base, or I like that base, I want to do it again, and just be able to swap and change it. So with this one, you kind of want to, this is going to be really difficult because I don't have a mirror in front of me, but I just wanted to bash this tutorial out before I'm going to go for, let's just eyeball it. Let's just eyeball it, but you know what? I'm going to do it nice for you. I'm going to do it nice for you guys. So start from where you are, come to where you want the widow's peak to be. I like to go in with your pliers and do like a full U-turn, because that's going to get like a nice, clean, crisp line. If you can get it. I need to WD-40 these. Do a nice full U-turn. There you go. And then take that to wherever the back, this is not going well for me. Let's say about, and you can mold it to the shape of your head as well. Let's say about, where do I want this ponytail? I want this ponytail there. Okay. I hope this is like good to visually. I'm not doing it again. And then lock them all up. And then, yeah, where your wires join, you just take that and you just give it a cut. I'm so weak. Come on. You got this, girl. Let's go, diva. Oh, God. Done. Okay. And then that's really warped this out of proportion, but that's okay. This is just a show and tell one. Take your tape and just tape those ends together. And this way there's no kind of like rough edges. There's no loosey-goosey bits. It's all just going to behave itself really nicely, which I think is the most important thing when you're doing something that could potentially poke you. That is potentially like a little spicy, a little dangerous, a little fun, a little different. I love the term spicy. I love the term spicy because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad and a little bit much. Sometimes it does make you cry. Okay, and then you've got your you've got your bits and pieces, you just want to go ahead and attach these. You can do this. So when I did this one, I just did it on my head in front of a mirror, just going, okay, this is where this attaches. Let me do like one bit at a time. Put in the tape. This is the wrong way around. How do I know it's the wrong way around? I don't know. I don't know. And like be molding it to your head as you do it. This is like a galvanized garden wire, and it's quite, you want something that has quite a lot of give to it. That's gonna like hold its shape but still be pretty malleable. So like an aluminum wire will work really well. An aluminium wire for our British audiences. And then yeah, just kind of mold it to the shape that you want it to be. Do that, and then once you've got it all together, you tape here, and then once you've done that, take your little thing, put it on there, like hot glue it in, and then you can just decorate it however you want. The reason I did a detergent bottle instead of anything else is because, so I saw when I was researching how to do this, I saw there was quite a few different ways of having it so that it would attach or detach. And one of the main things that I saw people do was do big magnets, and I didn't want to have to add extra weight to it. Like when you have this much feather, you're adding a lot of weight. You're like, there's a lot that can topple off. And so I didn't want to have like an extra heavy thing on the top of my head because I move around a lot. So what I did was something that I already had around the house that was already going to be, I was already going to be able to have spares of, and that would screw, essentially, that would screw in and out, and I could take it on and off, easy peasy, because it's just so much easier. And then with this guy, I've put like a comb on the back, and then I've put little straps so I can slide in. There's also combs here as well. So I can slide in pins and I can pin it. And this has the same thing, but like more of a ponytail on the back. And this, of course, screws as well. And it just makes transporting it a little bit easier because you're not having to take a whole head thing. You can just hold this. And I think that's just like a little bit easier than, I think it's a little bit easier than having to take the whole thing as an awkward shape. And this can just go like in a bag. For me, the way this goes when I travel, because I'm a professional harpist, is it will go in the pocket on my harp case, and then I will just put this on top and it'll just hold its shape nicely rather than having to put a really awkward thing in. I don't know, it just makes it smaller. I think it makes it more portable. Tailor this to your own life, because like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to be the one that's moving around with it. Anyway, that is a very brief tutorial on how to make the base of one of these. This guy, I kind of followed an eBay listing for how to make these things, and they kind of go underneath the edges of your skull, and then this one also has like a ponytail holder. The beauty with this is I can always just take it apart and do it again, and I haven't like wasted all of those feathers on something that is stuck like that forever. I can just get that detergent bottle again and then make a new base. That's something that I like. Anyway, I hope this has been useful. I hope you have, I couldn't find this sort of thing when I was researching how to do this, and this is kind of my way of doing it, so it's probably not the best way of doing it. The only reason I did it this way rather than kind of like a skull cap with a strap under the chin is I didn't want a strap under my chin because it was just gonna annoy me when I was singing, and it was just gonna get in the way. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm a little bit of a chubby girl, and I feel like it would just really show if I suddenly had a jawline. So that is my little tutorial. I hope this was fun and useful and helpful for all of you. Like, comment if you want more like guides on this. Usually I'm just doing comedy, silly cabaret nonsense. But there you go. This has been Sam Hickman Teaches You Something. Showgirls. Okay, I'll see you later. You're welcome. Bye-bye.